Okay, well, you're very welcome back to the channel. Hope you're keeping well. Thanks for joining me here at a place called Lough Derg, just north of Killaloe on the River Shannon. I'm about maybe 10 miles north of Limerick. I arrived here to a place called Twomilegate, mainly because of these particular wooden pontoons, which I'll give you a look at now. I've seen many a shot taken by some excellent photographers at this location. Thought this was definitely a place I needed to get to. It's taken me a long time getting here, and when I arrived I expected just to find the one pontoon. Little did I realise that there are on a wooded finger stuck into the middle of the lake, or not quite the middle of the lake, but from the edge of the lake. There are on one side probably 5 or 6 pontoons, and on this side there may be 3 or 4 more. Anyway, I haven't discovered them all yet, and it's raining at the moment, so I don't want to be running around checking and getting myself soaked. Thankfully we're protected here by some woods. It's a very dark day. 2 hours ago we were told the sun would appear. It hasn't. Having said that, it's going to give us an awful lot of good mood. I'm going to try and harness that. I think maybe the clouds are darker on the other side. I did take some shots on a pontoon on the other side. My hope really is to try and find a pontoon that, and they're all very similar, and have reeds on either side, but that would have a height on the background, as in the far side of the lake might have a hillside, a mountainside, etc. There is a mountain on the far side, but I haven't found a pontoon heading its direction yet. If I do, that'll definitely be the one that I think I'll choose. They're all in pretty good nick, but there's a hell of a stench around here. Having said that, I've set up my tripod behind me. I'm going to take the shots initially in portrait, giving the length of the pontoon, angling the camera down slightly, giving more, basically giving a stronger view to the actual pontoon, giving more reference or preference to the pontoon, and taking away from what's on the far side of and taking away from the sky as well too, I have to say. I am going to use 2 different types of filters. I'm going to use a 4-stop ND filter because I want to try and smoothen out the lake. There's a bit of a wind there. It's lashing rain at the moment, plenty of drops seen on the water. Also lots of mini waves and ripples across that water. I want to smoothen it out. Up to now 5 seconds was just grand. It might even take 7 or 8 or 9 seconds at this stage, probably shooting at about f18, and as I said, giving it 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. I will keep the camera head in the same position. So I will set up my composition at the start. It'll be pretty straightforward, dictated by the actual pontoon itself, and then afterwards I'll change from the portrait position and shoot in landscape, and then when I'm at home in front of the computer, I'll pick and choose whichever one pontoon and 2 whichever portrait or landscape mode which suits best the shot best. So you're very welcome back to the vlog. Hi guys, all you can see there is an old silhouette. Well, I finally returned here, my third time and my third effort, and I've got the good weather. Could it be the fourth? I've lost count. Either way, so look, while I'm here, I'm facing away from the sun at the moment, and as the sun gets closer to dropping over the mountains on the far side of Lough Derg, what I will do is I will then try and shoot towards it, possibly trying to get a sunburst. But for the moment, I'm over on the on the eastern side of them, and I'm yeah, it'd be lovely if that yacht that's out there was straight out from the particular jetty that I'm on at the moment. It'd be brilliant, but I'm trying to get a bit of colour on these ones, something that I haven't been able to get in the last few visits. So hallelujah for that. I'm going to make hay now while the sun shines. Anyway, talk to you later. Take care. Okay, so what am I trying to do here, you might ask? Well, I've been asking myself that for a while. Basically, I have the camera in portrait mode there. I have the tripod. I like the tripod to be up as high as possible so that I can get the idea of length as much as possible out there. I do know that some people like to put it down as low as possible to give the idea that the actual jetty is quite long, quite big. What I'll do first of all is just take some shots straight. Probably I'm looking there at 1/80th f11 with a polarizer. I've got a jet ski flying up here, you can probably hear it. Would I be able to get that outside it? Why not? I'm actually going to take it down from 1/80th because I think that might be a little high. Down to 1/60th. Here comes my jet ski, and I'll try and take. As to whether we'll see the jet ski in the actual shot or not, God only knows. I'll have to wait till I get home and see it on the computer. But what I'll then do is I'll take off the polarizer, probably put on probably a 6-stop at this stage. I don't want it too dark. I don't want to be hanging around too long either. Get my switch, stick in the switch, and put it into maybe 15 seconds or 10 seconds or whatever that allows me. I don't think it'll take an awful lot of seconds really to try and flatten and smoothen out the particular water on this side. Again, this particular jetty doesn't have too many it doesn't have too many reeds either side. I do like to see some of the reeds just coming up close to it. I'll have to get a designer jetty, get him to sort it out for me. Maybe the boys might be able to do a job. Yeah, they have enough of them here anyway. Now maybe one or two of the ones later on above, and I'll move up to them in the next 10-15 minutes. Have you know, more of the reeds coming in closer to the jetty. Some people just prefer to have the jetty itself, others like to have the reeds there as well as an extra dimension. So that's it, I'll get on with the shooting. Catch you in a while. Okay guys, I'm back here on the western side, and oh my god, it's something else facing that sun, as you can see. I'll stick the sun back in behind that tree there now so you can get a better view of me. Much nicer than the sun. Anyway, and several things. One, it's after calming a bit more here now, but the power of that sun is really phenomenal. And yet when I'm looking at it, we're looking at maybe say 15-20 minutes at the most before it actually drops down over the mountains or the hills that are on the far side of Lough Derg here. I shot at f/18, so I was getting starbursts. I was at probably 1/500, 1/600 of a second, without any of the filters. I did try and shoot with the 6-stop, and I was getting 1/4 of a second with the filters, but again very dark in the foreground. Likewise, when I was on without any filters, when 1/500th or 1/600th of a second, very dark all around, but a solid starburst. I think I might be able to pull out some detail in the shadows and the darkness. At the end of the jetty there, I have 3 people sitting there. They're volunteered to be in the photograph, provided that it's only silhouettes, and that's all it'll probably be. So and that's it. Just something different. Also, I can't ask them to leave, to be perfectly honest, because they were there long before I was. So I might try and experiment a little bit more. I couldn't wait to get sun here, and now that I have sun here, I'm finding it quite difficult to deal with. Certainly on the far side, I was able to put in a 2.5 second, and I'm very happy with some of the shots that I got. Anyway, I'll push on, catch you in a minute.